Hi everybody and welcome to our yoga practice this week, which is Yin Yoga Full Body Flexibility. So we're going to be starting in seated, and you may need a bolster or a rolled up blanket or a pillow, and when you are ready, we're going to begin by bringing the soles of the feet together. Allow the knees to gently drop out to the side, and then just place your pillow or bolster just in front. Taking hold of the ankles, resting the elbows on the inner knees. We're going to inhale, lift up and extend through your spine, and then exhale, slowly forward fold. Hinging from your hips, drawing your chin in towards your chest. And we're going to hold it here for a few deep breaths. So in today's practice, we are going to be holding these poses for slightly longer, and just using this method of stretching helps to get into the deeper tissues of the body, helps to promote deeper flexibility and range of movements in the big joints of the body, such as the hips. And as we hold this pose, just try and bring your focus to your breathing. And if you have any distractions, just come back to the breath, taking some nice deep breaths in through the nose, holding for a moment, and then exhaling long and slow back out through your nose. And just try and use your breath to keep you anchored into the present moment. And also notice what's happening to the physical body. So any sensations that arise, so just noticing where you're feeling a stretch, can also help to keep you present and focused. And if it feels okay, you can place your block or your pillow or your bolster just lightly in front, on top of the feet, and then gently drop the forehead down. And with every gentle breath that you take, especially on the out breath, just imagining the whole body, letting go of any resistance here. Just softening the breath, softening your body, going that little bit deeper. And just being mindful we're not using force. We want to find a nice positive stretch. And as we hold this pose for slightly longer, it just helps us to absorb all the beautiful benefits of this pose. So helping to bring relief from any lower back pain, opens the hips to promote more flexibility. Also helps to balance and stabilize our emotions, our hormones. And we're just going to take a few more deep breaths here together. So in through the nose, holding for a moment, and then exhaling long and slow back out through your nose. And one more time, deep breath in, and then breathing out. And when you are ready, we're going to slowly release, coming all the way back to center. We're going to keep the left leg in front, slightly bent, and then take the right leg out behind, placing the palms of the hands in front, shoulder width apart, and then coming into that pigeon pose. So just squaring the hips and the shoulders here. And just pause for a moment just to check the sensation within the body. So already you should be feeling quite a strong stretch. If not, then just bring that foot slightly higher up and then return back to the center. Stay here, or again, you can bring your bolster or your pillow just in front. Rest the arms either side and just gently drop the forehead down. And then we're going to hold this pose for slightly longer than normal. And as you breathe slowly and gently, just begin to scan your body all the way from the crown of the head to the tips of the toes, and just check that you're relaxing every part of your body. So relaxing the forehead, relaxing your jaw, And softening the palms of the hands. Feel your shoulders relax and your spine begin to soften. Every out breath, just sinking the hips further and further down. And just set an intention in your mind to give yourself permission here just to slow down. Connect with the breath, connect with the body. Using your breath and the sensations in your body to stay really present during your practice here today. And if you wish to go a little bit deeper, and you should notice that as we hold this pose for slightly longer, the body begins to soften and you're able to go that little bit deeper. And this is where the flexibility increases. This is where all the benefits of this pose begins to increase. We start to ignite the healing within the body. And this pose in particular is beautiful if you suffer from back pain, any emotional or hormonal imbalances, if you suffer from sciatica pain or just generally quite stiff in the hips. I'm just going to take a few more rounds of conscious breath here together. So breathing in through the nose, feel the tummy rise. Always pause for that moment before exhaling long and slow. Breathing in, tummy rises. And breathing out, the tummy softens. Breathing in deeply, feel your ribs expand. And then breathing out, gently letting go. And in your own time, you're going to draw the body up, press into the palms of the hands. For the last few breaths, if you wish, just tuck your back toes under and just lengthen that back leg for a deeper stretch. Maybe press into fingertips, get some lift with the chest and the heart. And then gently release as we roll over onto the left sits bone and bring that right leg over the top, coming into cow face pose. So any level of cow face pose, the first level is here, or to go a little bit deeper, bring that foot further back, aligning our knees as best we can, grounding into both sits bones, taking hold of the feet. Inhale, lift up through your heart, and then exhale, folding forwards just until you feel a nice stretch in your body, and then hold and breathe. Just drawing your chin into your chest. And maybe just gently roll the head from side to side as you loosen any tension in your muscles, of your neck and your shoulders. And this beautiful pose helps to bring not only the physical body into beautiful balance and alignment on both sides, but also the mind as well. So we begin to balance out the left and the right hemispheres of the brain. So helping with focus, our concentration, our memory. And just take a few more deep, conscious rounds of breathing. And with every out breath, just softening all the muscles in your body that little bit more. And then slowly coming all the way back up into seated. We're going to inhale the arms up, palms parallel, and then exhale, take it into a twist. So your left forearm against your outer right knee, and gently looking over the right shoulder, taking some nice deep breaths here. And it's important that we breathe all the way down to the tummy to allow that fresh oxygen and nutrients and blood flow to all the internal organs, the digestive system. And you may want to go into that hand mudra here where we connect the finger and the thumb and the first finger together And this helps to bring more focus, more concentration, helps to ground us and calm the thinking mind. I'm just going to take a few more breaths here. Inhale, lift up through the crown of the head. Exhale, twist. And again, inhale, lift. And then exhale, twist. We're going to come all the way back to center. We're going to release, taking the legs out in front, toes up towards the sky. Inhale, arms up. And then exhale, forward fold. We're going to cross the arms over, taking hold of the shins or the ankles, all the toes, and gently draw your chin towards your chest. And we'll take a few deep breaths here as we begin to stretch out the backs of the legs, the hamstrings, all the muscles in the lower part of your back. This also helps to cleanse the kidneys, the liver, helps to soothe and calm the nervous system. Okay, we're just going to take a few more breaths here together. So when you're ready, inhale, lift, gaze forwards. Exhale, sinking down. 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, folding forwards. 1 more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, folding forwards. And slowly release. Coming back to center. We're going to take the left leg out behind, bending the right knee this time. Slowly moving into that pigeon on the other side. So extending your left leg out behind. Just checking with that alignment first. Make sure that already you're feeling a really strong but positive stretch here. And then when you're ready again, feel free to stay here. This might be enough for you today. Otherwise, you can rest your forehead gently down on your bolster or your pillow. And perhaps just close the eyes here as we just turn our awareness and our focus inwards to the physical body, the sensations that arise. Focusing on every in-breath, every out-breath. And as you hold this pose, just taking a moment just to feel proud of yourself today. Feel proud of taking control of your physical, your mental and emotional well-being. And doing something positive for yourself today. Again, just bring awareness to every part of your body. Check you're not gripping on or holding on to tension anywhere, particularly the jaw, where we tend to hold and lock in our frustrations or our anger. Relax the space between your eyes, where we tend to hold lots of tension. The temples, the shoulders, the palms of the hands, the spine, relaxing the hips. Take a few more deep breaths here together. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Breathing in and breathing out. And in your own time, slowly, so try not to rush. We're going to release. Pressing into fingertips, lift up through the heart. Relax the shoulders down and away from the ears. And if you wish for those last few breaths, tuck your back toes under and extend that back leg for a deeper stretch into that hip flexor. Inhale, lift up through the heart. And then exhale, slowly release, rolling onto that right sits bone as we bring the left leg over the top, coming into cow face pose on the other side. So again, feel free to stay here. What's important is that both sits bones are pressing down equally into our mat and the spine is nice and tall, and we're not rounding over or leaning to the side. And then move slowly, if you wish, into that deeper pose by taking hold of the feet, aligning the knees as best we can, and taking some nice deep breaths here. And that might be enough for you today, otherwise going that little bit deeper, pressing into fingertips. Inhale, lift up through the chest, exhale, folding forward, forehead towards the knee. And again, just be mindful how one side of your body compares to the other. One side might feel more restricted, tighter than the other. But over time, with practice and patience, both sides of your body will align and come into balance. And if anybody suffers from any knee injuries at all, this is really beneficial for the knees or the ligaments and the tendons of the knees. Helps to promote lower back and hip flexibility. I'm just going to take a few more rounds of breath here, in through the nose, pausing for a moment, then slowly exhaling. One more time, breathing in and breathing out. We're going to release all the way back up into seated. Inhale the arms up, palms parallel. Exhale, moving slowly into that twist, looking over left shoulder, coming into that hand mudra. Grounding into both sits bones as we inhale, lift through the spine, and then exhale, twist. And again, inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Coming all the way back to your center, we're going to release all the way back into our down dog, or if you're looking after your body today, you may want to just drop back into child's pose. Otherwise, feet hip distance apart, easing back into the heels. You can keep the knees soft if you wish. Open the fingers wide. Take a nice cleansing breath here, in through the nose, and a big sigh out through the mouth. And that just helps to release any negative energy, any stagnant energy within the body. I'm going to come into one-legged down dog on the right-hand side. So when you're ready, extending right leg up towards the sky, taking in breath. As you breathe out, bend that knee, sweep foot through between the hands. Take a moment here in our low lunge position, check that knees over the ankle. You're extending through that back leg. Finding that balance, connecting with your breath. And then gently dropping back knee down, toes down. So we're going to take the foot slightly out to the side, into the outside of your mat. Bring the hands against the inner right foot. So this might be enough for you today, that's okay. Otherwise, for a deeper stretch, we're going to lower the body down. Taking that knee out to the side, you're coming onto the outside of the foot. Staying there or coming on to the forearms, or maybe just one forearm. As long as you're not forcing anything here, this is a really deep stretch. Beautiful for your hip mobility and flexibility. It's really important to keep the hips healthy, being one of the largest joints in the body. And we do tend to stiffen it within the hips. It's a place of the body where we tend to store all our physical and emotional traumas. And through this method of stretching and breathing, we can help to release that stress, that tension that tends to manifest here. And try and relax the rest of your body. Just take 2 more rounds of breath together, staying present in your pose. Let go of any distractions, just focus purely on that breath. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling long and slow. One more time, inhale and exhale. Slowly release, taking that foot back out behind, either coming into child's pose again or your down dog, whatever feels right for your body. And we're going to take it over the other side, so extending left leg up towards the sky, taking an in breath. And then as you breathe out, bend knee, sweep foot through between your hands, coming into that low lunge on the other side. Pressing into our fingertips, dropping the hips down, feeling that length through the back of the leg, pushing the heel away. And in your own time, we're going to drop that knee down, toes down, taking knee out to the side again. Walk that foot out a little bit towards the edge of your mat, coming onto the outside of the foot. Staying here, or again coming down onto one or both forearms. And we'll pause and take some nice deep breaths here. Really important that you're working with your body, so not against it. We don't want to use any force at any time. And just take some nice deep calming breaths. Imagining letting go with every out breath of any tension, any tightness here. Okay, 2 more deep conscious breaths together, in through the nose, exhaling long and slow. One more time, breathing in and breathing out, slowly release, taking that foot back out behind. We're going to bring the right foot back through between the hands, and we're going to go a little bit deeper now to that hip flexor, so any level of your split that you may wish to do today. So we're going to bring the weight into the right foot, dropping the hips down, sliding that front foot forwards, hold it here. So again, we don't want to force anything. This might be enough for you today, and that's absolutely fine. Again, you can use your bolster or your pillow to place underneath the sits bones if you wish. And that just helps us to hold this pose for a little bit longer. You've got that extra support as you start to soften and go that little bit deeper. And again, just you may notice that you're able to just extend that front leg that little bit more. Check that you're not rolling over to the side in any way, so you want to keep the hips nice aligned, nice and parallel. I'm just going to do a few more deep rounds of breath here. Staying present, focusing on that breath. Breathing in and breathing out. And then in your own time, slowly, we're going to bring that right foot back up slightly, pressing into fingertips as we step back. And we're going to take it over to the other side. Left foot comes through. Dropping the weight into that left foot, sinking hips down. Moving into this really slowly, so just creeping the toes forward enough. And again, feel free to use your bolster or your pillow or your blanket. Moving into it slowly. One side again might feel more flexible than the other, but it's just about patience and practice. Just focusing on that breath, keeping the breath balanced as well, so nice and even. Perhaps you could count as you breathe, so breathing in for a count of 4, pausing for a moment, And then breathing out for a count of 4. Just 1 moment. Sorry, I'll be back in 1 moment. Yeah. Sorry about that. So if you've released out of this pose, that's fine. If not, we're going to slowly release now together. Stepping that foot back out behind, coming into seated and extending the legs out in front. Toes up towards the sky. So we're coming into wide leg forward fold. And what's really important in this pose is that the knees don't start to roll in. So toes up to the sky, find the sits bones, sit nice and tall, lifting up through the crown of your head. And you may want to stay here, which is fine. Otherwise, inhale, lift up through the chest, and then exhale, forward fold. Pause for a few deep breaths here. What we don't want to do is start to round the spine, so keep the spine nice and long. Stay here. If you wish, you can always rest your forehead on your block or your bolster. And gently draw your chin in towards the chest. Again, this is another beautiful pose for keeping that flexibility, mobility in the hips, the lower back. And just take a few more nice deep breaths here. This is quite a restorative pose as well, so it helps to restore the mind, the body, the spirit. You may want to bring the hands to prayer position, just gently rest them at the space between your eyes, where there's an acupressure point here, which helps to calm your thoughts, your thinking mind. And then just focus on that balance of the breath, breathing in perhaps for a count of 4, pausing, and then breathing out for a count of 4. I'm just going to take a few more deep breaths here together, in through the nose, and then exhaling back out through the nose. One more time, breathing in through the nose, and then breathing out through the nose. As we slowly release, coming all the way back up, bringing the legs together. We're going to come into our bridge. So feet hip distance apart, nice and parallel. Tuck the chin in towards the chest. Allow the arms to be down by your side, palms open. And then take a nice deep breath in all the way down to the tummy. And then breathing out, lifting hips up to the sky. So we're bringing the weight gently back into the neck and the shoulders. If this doesn't feel right for your body, or you have any neck injuries, you can always go into what we call our happy baby pose. So just take a few nice deep breaths here. If you're looking to go a little bit deeper in your bridge, you can interlace your fingers out behind, gently roll shoulders under, and get that little bit more of a lift. So even just holding this pose strengthens your core, strengthens your back, strengthens the respiratory system and all the muscles surrounding your heart. It's particularly beneficial if you suffer from asthma or any respiratory issues. If anybody suffers from fatigue or anxiety, it also helps with that as well. Let's take a few more deep rounds of breath here. In through the nose, feel the tummy rise. And then exhale long and slow. One more time. Breathing in, tummy rises. Breathing out, tummy softens. And when you are ready to release, we're going to roll one vertebrae down at a time. Once the hips have come down, go straight into that happy baby. So taking hold of the big toes with 4 fingers and thumb. soles of the feet up to the sky. To go a little bit deeper, extending the legs. But as you do this, be mindful that the tailbone doesn't start to lift. Keep pressing into the tailbone. Gently draw your chin in towards your chest. One more deep breath in. And then breathing out, gently release. As we place the right foot down on the floor, left leg over top, crossing the legs, press into the palms of the hands, and gently roll the knees down to the right and looking over your left shoulder. So this is a really deep twist, really good for the digestive system, really cleansing, purifying. But you get that beautiful twist all the way from the lower back, all the way to the top of the neck. And just softening the whole body with every gentle breath. And again, if the mind drifts off at any time or any thoughts or distractions come in, just try and take control back and bring your focus back to your breath. Remembering that intention that we set ourselves at the start of the practice to be really present in the here and the now. Feeling proud for taking this time to take care of your well-being. And taking another deep breath in. And then breathing out, slowly release back to your center, uncrossing the legs and taking it over the other side, moving slowly and mindfully with the breath. Inhale through the nose, and then exhale, slowly taking the knees over to the left, and your gaze over the right shoulder. And you might notice here, if there's particularly a lot of tension or tightness in the upper body, in the thoracic, that this arm may not be able to go all the way down to the floor. And if that's the case, then you can always just rest the hand lightly on your tummy. But as you hold it here, again, the muscles, the ligaments, the tendons are all increasing in that flexibility. So just keep focusing on holding and breathing. Another deeper conscious breath all the way down to the tummy, and then breathing out. As we come all the way back to our center, stretching the legs out, taking the arms over the head for full body stretch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. We're just going to take the arms down by our sides with the palms open to the sky. Close the eyes for a moment here. So it's really important after your practice not just to rush off, just take that moment, those few moments just to pause. And as we take a few moments just to gift ourselves a few moments of peace, just bring your awareness to your hands and the tips of your fingers. And when you're ready, we're going to press the thumb and the first finger together. Take a nice deep breath in. Long, slow breath out through the mouth. Now bringing the thumb to the second finger, pressing into the tips of that finger with the thumb. Take a breath in through the nose, and a long, slow breath out through the mouth. And now bringing the thumb to the ring finger, breathing in through the nose, and breathing out long and slow through the mouth. And now connecting the thumb to the little finger. Take a nice deep breath in. And then breathing out long and slow through the mouth. And now just relaxing the whole of the hands, the palms, the fingers. Relaxing the space between your eyes. Perhaps noticing any colours or shapes behind your eyelids. Allowing the tongue to gently fall away from the roof of your mouth. And when you are ready, you're just going to bring the palms of the hands to rest lightly on your tummy. Nice deep breath in through the nose. A long, slow breath out through the mouth. Feeling grounded, feeling secure. When you're ready, just bring in the hands now just to rest on the solar plexus. The space where we tend to hold all our worries and fears. So just allow this area to soften. As we take a nice deep breath in through the nose, feeling the ribs expand. And a long, slow breath out through the mouth. And now lastly, bringing the hands to your heart. Feeling proud, feeling accepted, feeling valued and loved. Together, breathing in through the nose. And breathing out long and slow through your mouth. And when you are ready, we'll gently hug our knees in towards our tummy. In your own time, keeping our eyes closed, we'll gently roll over onto the side of the body. And in your own time, slowly, you're pushing your body all the way up into our seated, into cross-legged. Allowing your left hand to rest on your heart and your right hand on your tummy. Feeling beautifully balanced, energized, centered and calm. Together, breathing in and breathing out. Last time together, inhale, palms together. Exhale, hands to the heart and namaste. And when you are ready, just gently opening your eyes, and well done everybody. So hopefully you're feeling really well, and you should be feeling really well stretched for holding those poses for slightly longer. And thank you so much. Namaste.